Okay, this is a 2005 Mazda 3, and the problem with this car was that it was only starting in neutral. And that's because the car was not going into park. Now the neutral start switch and the park start switch on this car are within the transmission. They're not up here on the shifter, they're in the transmission. So you have to adjust that. It's more than likely, if everything else is working fine, it's most likely the length of your automatic shifter cable. And you can adjust that from in here. What you have to do is open up your center console. Unscrew your shifter knob first. It just unscrews, take it off. Under here on the center console, just grab the back there where it goes down into the deep center console, pull it up, and then you'll just wiggle it around pull your emergency brake handle up, wiggle it around and off of the shifter knob, or around the shifter. You don't have to take any of the rest of the dash off. You don't have to take anything else off. Then you're going to go to the side of the silver shifter cover, and you see there's little tabs. I've got this off, so I can just pull it off for you. There's little silver tabs. The two on the back, pop those out with a screwdriver. Just gently pry them sideways, and you'll pop one out, then you'll pop the other one out, slide it forward, pop the next one, and then lift it off. Be careful with your little tambour door here, little shifter thing that keeps crap from getting down in there. And now what you're going to look for down here is the cable, and this is the cable here. So when the car is in park, now you can move, you're going to need to move the gear shift back and forth while you're doing this different times. In order to do that without starting the car, this is the shift interlock right here. I'm pushing the brake, that's the unlock. You just grab that with your finger and then shift through the gears. Okay, sorry, I'm doing this with one hand in a camera. Okay, so now you're going to take a flathead screwdriver. Oh, I had one right here. And with this in park, you can see the cable. Let me move this camera a little bit. Gently pry the cable off of that metal pin. There's a little rubber grommet in there. See the one with the white around it? That's a little grommet. It should not come off out of the plastic sleeve. That does, just pop it back in. This one came half out, as you can see, half popped out. So I'm just going to push it back in. And now this is the tricky part. Roll the cable over, and you see this little white pin here. You don't want to lose this because this is a lock. Now you see it's open on this end. See there's black in between. It's going to push that way. And that keeps the shifter. It just basically okay, I think I got it. Okay, that's how it goes on. That little tooth, that little open section just pops over top of the little clip on the top of the shift cable and holds this white piece in place. Now you're going to want to flop it over and take a look at how many threads are sticking out of the back here. And then you take, so this is threaded, so what you have to do is push these two little white tabs here. That's one piece. It locks around those threads, and when you push it and it comes out this way, in that direction, this way, the solid piece comes out. When you push it, that unlocks it from the threads, and then you can pull the cable in and out until it's the proper length. So what you want to do is just keep adjusting it back and forth until you've got enough length. If you go to put your car in park and it won't go into park, you'll be able to grab the cable, and I'm just pulling on the cable now. Now I put it in neutral, or sorry, reverse. I'm gonna put it in park really quick, just by pulling and pushing on the cable, and that's in park. Pull on it and it goes into reverse. It's a little tough to pull on. but that cable gets stretched over the... Sorry, I hit the camera button with my finger. So this cable will get stretched over the years, and you'll just have to adjust it a little bit. And generally what you'll have to do is pop the little white clips. What you do is just take a screwdriver, and those two white areas, that's just one piece, push down on it, and it will unlock the center part. It'll unlock the teeth from holding on to that center toothed part. That's all it does. It's one part. It's like a U shape. You can't, it spins, but it doesn't screw in and out. That part there, this big white part, or yellowish part, pops straight out. It doesn't come all the way out. But once you push in on the tabs on this side, this is very hard to show you because it's kind of like stuck in there. And just pop it in, and then move it in and out, and gauge from the back, where the little back piece that sticks out as you move it in and out, this little round spot there will stick further in and out. And you just adjust it, keep doing it, popping it in and out until you get it to the right spot. So when you put it in park, the P shows up. When you put it in reverse, the R shows up. Just move it back and up and down through the gears until you get it right. You might have to do it 3 or 4 times. And then once you've done that, flip it over so the white part is up. Grab your little locking tab. And that little locking tab, it goes this way. It slides onto the clip, and then this tab will keep that white part from popping out. That's all it is it keeps that white part from popping out. And it slides over the little tab. There's like a little arm on the very front. God, this is really hard to show you. There's a little arm right under my finger. You can kind of see through it. There's just like a little arm that this slips under. So then you pop it on, lock it in, and then snap it back onto your onto the pin for the shifter. Move it through the gears, make sure everything's all right. If it's not, readjust it. Again, don't put the locking pin on until you're completely done. It should only take you about 5 or 10 minutes, but it's a bit fiddly. You got to adjust it in and out and figure out which way it's going to go. It needs to go for yours. Mine needed to, not mine, but this car that I was doing, needed to come this way. It needed to, the cable needed to be extended this way, so that when I pushed forward, it would push the car, the transmission, into park. It would push further on the cable, because again, the cable had stretched over the years, so it needed to be able to push in a little further. And that's more than likely what you'll need to do, is basically lengthen the cable so that pushing forward pushes further forward into the transmission to turn on the parking switch. And that's basically it. And this can, one of the other problems this car had was in park, it was vibrating an awful lot, and that was because it wasn't fully in park. It was half in reverse, like the cable. Let me move this again. So when I pushed on the cable, when you pushed it in, the cable wasn't pushing all the way forward, so the cable was staying kind of there in the park position, or in the reverse position. So it was half in and half out of park. And again, that's why it wouldn't start in park. Now it's fine. Anyway, and once you're done, just like I said, put that little locking pin on. Do it before you slip the this end over that silver pin there. There's the pin. Before you slip it over the pin, put the locking clip on. And you do want that on there, because if this comes out, then you're not going to be able to shift. And make sure you don't lose that little locking clip. Just be very careful if it falls down in there. Woo! Don't let it fall down in there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Okay, here's a better view of that locking pin on. Again, you can see this little end to the closest to us is keeping that yellowish part from being able to pop that way. And it just hooks over that little arm there. Push it in and make sure it's keeping that clip from popping over. And I pulled, God, I pulled the shifter cable out in order to get it out, to show you that. I have to push it all the way back into park in order to get it. There we go. It's in park. It's in park. Now I can slip the end on. the ends on the silver pins through. The bushing is still on there. And now we'll move through all the gears from park, reverse, neutral, drive, manual, and back up to park. Again, most likely you're going to have to extend the length of the cable. That's it. It's very simple, and the reverse is just popping it back together is same as taking it apart. Thanks for watching.